A car pulls up on a gravel road to a weathered remote cabin surrounded by thick woods. It's a late afternoon, and the sun filters weakly through the tree branches. The atmosphere is serene but unsettling, as if something in the environment is watching. The five friends get out of the car, laughing and excited, but the isolation quickly becomes apparent. One of them, Emma, glances at the trees and swears she hears faint whispers on the wind, but she shakes it off as nerves. That night, the friends settle in, joking and telling stories by the fire. But as the evening wears on, their excitement fades, and an uneasy feeling creeps into the cabin. Each of them drifts off to sleep, only to have vivid nightmares. Emma dreams of drowning in cold water, surrounded by echoing whispers. Mark dreams of being trapped in the forest, with shadowy figures watching him. As they wake, the dreams leave them disturbed, but none of them mention it at first, unsure if it's just their imagination. The following day, while exploring the woods near the cabin, the group stumbles upon an old, overgrown cellar door hidden behind some vines. It's ancient, made of rotting wood, with iron hinges covered in rust. Curious, they pry it open, revealing a stairwell leading into the dark, musty depths. The air from below smells of damp earth and decay. Reluctantly, they decide to investigate, bringing a flashlight to see what's inside. In the cellar, the group finds strange, old markings carved into the stone walls. As they go deeper, they discover an underground chamber filled with decaying bones, ritual objects, and an altar. At the center of the chamber lies an old well, sealed with a heavy stone. As they inspect it, Emma begins to hear the whispers again, growing louder, more insistent. The air grows cold, and the well stone starts to tremble. Something is awakening beneath them, something ancient and unspeakable. Suddenly, the whispers become a scream. The stone over the well bursts open, and a dark, writhing entity rises from its depths. Its form is indistinct, made of shadows and smoke, and it fills the chamber with a suffocating presence. The group scrambles to escape, but the creature moves faster, slithering through the air and clawing at their minds with visions of death. One of the friends, Sam, is caught and pulled toward the entity. The others barely manage to pull him free, and they flee back to the cabin. Back at the cabin, the group barricades themselves inside, but the presence outside grows stronger. The whispers become deafening, and the entity begins to manifest in the surrounding forest, its form growing more distinct as it feeds on their fear. The lights in the cabin flicker, and the walls seem to breathe. They realize they've awakened something that was meant to stay buried, and they are trapped. The entity can't be killed. It was never alive to begin with. But they can hear the whispers offering them a way out, if they're willing to sacrifice one of their own. As the entity grows closer, the group's desperation escalates. They argue about what to do, and fear leads to paranoia. Mark suggests they should give in to the whisper's demand, offering a sacrifice to save the rest. Tensions rise as they begin to turn on each other, accusations flying. Suddenly, Sam, who was injured earlier, collapses, his eyes blackened, and the entity speaks through him, revealing their darkest secrets and sowing discord. With no other choice, they decide to face the entity. Armed with nothing but improvised weapons, they leave the cabin and confront the creature in the forest. The entity is now fully formed, towering, grotesque, and ancient. As it moves toward them, the ground shakes, and the whispers fill the air like a chorus of the damned. One of the friends, Emma, realizes the only way to stop it is to break the cycle of fear. Instead of running or fighting, she steps forward, offering herself as a willing sacrifice. The entity pauses, as if considering her offer. In a final, heart-pounding moment, the entity reaches for Emma, but instead of consuming her, atmosphere lifts. The curse is broken, but at a terrible cost. Emma lies unconscious, her body cold to the touch. The remaining friends look around, uncertain if they've truly survived. The forest is silent, and the cabin stands eerily still. But something in the air feels different. The next morning, they prepare to leave the cabin. But as they drive away, Mark glances in the rearview mirror and